Welcome to Recovering Addict. I'm your host, LT Weaver.
My name's Allie. I'm a crazy addict.
My name's Millie, and I'm a friend to a crazy addict.
Thanks, Millie.
You're welcome.
I can't talk.
Link got camera shy.
You guys freezing up on this?
Yeah.
Well, they had a huge plan
It didn't really go
to
out.
talk for like, at least 5 minutes. Thank you, son. Thank you very much, son. Welcome to Recovering Addict. If this is your first time catching this, that was not a normal intro. That was our kids and our good friend there, Allie. And she just stole my tea. Sure. You can have it. Or if Felice doesn't like hers, you can have hers. So what this show is about is actually addiction and a recovery from addiction. Together we recover better, and that's why we have that slogan. We recover better together here at Recovering Addict. We are dedicated to education on recovery. We go through books like this called It'll Never Happen to Me. Tonight we are on part 2 of chapter 6 in family violence. And we're going to go through that. Tonight, we're going to go through some Teeter time. Teeter has a little announcement that he wants to make about an achievement of 7 years today. And he's going to talk about his recovery and what it takes to be committed to people when you are addicted to stuff. We're going to go through the Discord. We have a question in there of the day. We got 2 questions we're going to hit on. We will read our Kindle 24-hour a day. And then we will jump into our topic. There will be no Cassie time tonight. She is busy, but that's okay. We can bring Teeter time, and he can fill in for Cassie if he wants to. We'll let him decide. But 2 times in my life, I hit rock bottom due to drugs and alcohol. I'm still a very addicted type of person. I have my flaws just like everybody else, but I'm battling them. I know, Mark. I'm sorry. But it's one day at a time. It's progress, not perfection. If it was perfection, do I believe in God? TL3W? Of course I do. And that's a broad definition. So I guess you could take that any way you want. But yeah, every day's a battle. It's either addicted, you can get rid of substances, you can get rid of alcohol, but you still have to battle the addiction of other things. You could get addicted to working out. You can get addicted to vaping. You can get addicted to rock stars like I currently am right now. Note to everybody watching that knows I've only had 2 today. So.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I've been drinking about 4 rock stars a day. So I'm trying to, turn that into drinking water instead. And there's other types of, pleasures you can get into that are just not healthy. I mean, they could be healthy and you can turn them into unhealthy habits. Anything that's going to, make your life unmanageable. Anything you're powerless over, right? And that's why we do the steps 1 through 12 daily. Once you've gone through them with a sponsor, 1 through 12, I suggest you rehash them every day. You come to a situation, you find out you're powerless. You find out, that you need a power greater than yourself to achieve a victory over it. Then you turn your will over to that power. Then, step 4 and 5, you write it down and resent the way that it causes resentments. And the 5, you talk to your sponsor about it. And then, 6 and 7, you ask for God to remove the character defects that led you back into this addictive way and the addictive thinking. And, 8 and 9, you start saying sorry if this addiction turned anybody against you or you against anybody else. And then 10, you take this inventory and try to prevent it tomorrow. And 11 and 12, you want to improve this conscious contact. And then you take this message and you turn around and you give it right back to somebody else that needs help. Fully selflessness and helping others really will take you to the next level of recovery. And I suggest and highly suggest actually that you should reach out to somebody and just offer them a helping hand. But in the meantime, I'm going to let Felice say what up to everybody in the chat. I'll let these 2 introduce themselves, I guess, as well.
Oh, yeah. Do you guys want to know who we are? Go ahead, Jake.
I'm Jake. I'm a recovering substance user.
I'm Felice. I'm married to this wonderful man right here. All right. I'm going to say hello. I felt left out without my hat, so I had Blinky grab it. So now I feel like I'm in the group.
Yeah.
Hello, Uncle Daddy. What's up, copy trading?
Copy trading.
Oh, winner. By the way, Uncle Daddy, first one. We got Desmond. Hello.
Des.
Teeter.
Teeter.
Also backstage. Hi, Teeter.
He's a smoker.
What's up, Mo? Merkalicious. There he is. What's up, Brad? Ladies. Jay Silent Bobber in the house.
Who's Silent Bob?
John, I think I'm 8th. Probably Millie.
Me?
Are they referring to us?
I think that maybe.
Why are you gonna be silent?
I think I'm 8th, but most of all, I'm here. Good evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you are. Welcome.
Yes, welcome.
Hey,
Lish.
Alicia. What's
We
going
love
on?
you. Oh, no, look, the stream hadn't even started yet. They're not talking about you.
Oh, y'all. One thing real quick. Felice updated the website, did a major overhaul on it. Recoveringaddict.org. Go check it out. Tell us what you think. We actually have little things in there you can get a hold of us and stuff. So recoveringaddict.org. Let us know what you think.
Yeah, give me your feedback.
And if you're a techie kind of person, I bet you Sean Leary, music, I bet you know a thing or two about websites. I'd appreciate it, bro, if you just gave us just another set of eyes, you know, another opinion, another view. If you want to. No,
Yes.
it's up to you.
Polly. Hey, Polly.
Polly, what's up? You came into the study this morning and then bounced right out of there.
Yeah, love seeing you here, though.
We were
backstage.
hoping to say hi to you.
Hey, Jeanette. Jeanette's here. Don't
Jeanette?
fret. Don't fret. She's here. There she is.
Yay.
Hey, Cherie.
Cherie?
What's going on there? What's going on, Sheila?
What is up, Lori? Love ya. Is that TL3W?
Yeah.
No, Cassie. I know. Boo.
Did
Sean,
faith help me get through the battle of the mind? Absolutely. It helps me daily. And it's you know, if you're a biblical guy, it's step 10. You find out your wrongs and you repent, right? And if you look at the 12 steps, they were actually taken, you know, way back then from a Christian group that started it. And it's based on sin. And you have your sin throughout the day that you don't want. You know, Paul says it in the Bible. We do the things we don't want to do, and we don't understand why. And those are the things we call character defects, right? It's really our sin nature. It's where our heart is desirous of bad things. And you repent. Yeah, of course. Absolutely. Faith helped me personally, but it's up to you. You know, it's a God of your own understanding.
Yes.
Thank you, Brad.
So if Teeter's going to play Cassie, then Merc will be playing Teeter.
What? Do we get a Merc quote of the day?
I could pull off a Teeter impersonation.
Oh, dude.
I feel like you could.
Actually, Merc, do you want to come on and do the quote of the day at 8:40? If you want to, let me know, and I'll put the link in the thing.
And Brad says you're a rock star, LT.
Thank you, Brad.
It's because it runs through his veins.
Yeah. Watermelon, please. ¿Qué pasó, Jose?
He bleeds watermelon rock star.
Are
What's
you
up,
all
Jose?
in recovery? So I'm going to just call you T3. Yes, the dude to the left of me, he is in recovery from an addiction to meth. My wife is in a recovery from addiction to addiction, like codependency, Al-Anon type stuff. I was the addict. She had to live with me. And you know, and that creates a lot of tension and knee-jerk reactions that turn into bad habits. You know, the way we would fight, the way that she wouldn't understand and how to feel. Just it creates a whole mess of things in the house. And that's why we're dedicated to family recovery. That's why you see our children in here, because they had to live with an alcoholic father who was neglectful at times. And we're going to talk about that because, you know, being abused isn't always black and blue and bruises. It could be neglect. It could be driving 100 miles an hour down a hill and scaring them to death without saying a word. You know, I mean, it's there.
Yep, we're all broken people here.
Still, and with COVID, has pushed them back into ups. Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
A lot of people are struggling. Thank you for
Thank you.
being so interactive with us there, T3.
Yeah, we don't get a lot of Periscope.
No, or Twitch.
Aubrey, what's up?
Hey, what's up, Bobs?
Hey, Anna.
Anna, nice to see you. Glad you're here.
Did I add you? Maybe?
Oh, he's talking to the website.
No.
She's in trouble, Teeter. And
Where's
when you
his
jump
face
on
at?
here at Teeter time, it's in your thing. I sent it to her messenger.
It's on my messenger?
Yeah, she has the
Okay.
info and the photo.
It's going to happen.
There's
And we
Audrey.
actually need another couple of pictures of you so we can add them to our collage there, Mr. Teeter.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah, focus on your lighting because we know you have those bad habits of bad lighting.
That's okay.
But yes, Teeter will be added to the website very soon.
Ooh, new site looks great. Thanks, Brad.
Thanks, Brad.
Appreciate that, brother. That was a quick
Sleek
look.
and dark.
I like
We
sleek and
love
dark.
it.
My windows are
Hey,
blacked
Facebook
out.
user.
Does it work?
What's
on
up,
mobile?
Michelle? Yes, it works on mobile. Actually,
Hey,
I think
Michelle.
it looks decent on mobile.
Make sure she can
Oh,
see
yeah.
your thing.
Yeah, did you see it? It's there. I think we've showed you. Now you can't hear me. It's there. It exists. I did not forget. I just didn't know you were in my messenger.
Step 9.
But I do apologize. What's up, PD? PD, did you ever get your stuff? I feel like it's going to be there Monday.
Oh yeah, Petey. What did you say though? You said Petey's stuff had it was
This
was a
was-
different type of shipping for
Just
you for
because it
some
was so
reason.
large, it's probably gonna take forever.
Oh, he had the big basket, huh?
Squid Woman. That's cool.
That's a cool name.
I love it.
Hello, Squid Woman. Welcome to the show. Tell us about yourself so we can get to know you.
Yes, please.
That's
If I wasn't sick, excuses.
Whatever.
Excuses.
whatever.
You sound like me right now. And
I'm gonna excuse myself for
Brad. So I'm not Christian. I won't go into a subject on religion. Can my God be the same as your God? Same as your higher power? Can it be interchangeable?
So I'm not a Christian. Let me read that. I want to go into a subject of religion. Can my God be the same as your God? Same as your higher power? Can it be interchangeable? You know, Brad, that is an awesome question. I really dig that question because that comes to the point of absolute truth. In this world where mathematics are absolute, the laws of the universe are absolute. So when we come to the spiritual realm, how come there's not absolutes and everybody can pick and choose and everybody be right? Is it possible, and I ask this in our spiritual study on Sundays, for everybody to be right? If I think, and this is the example I always use, I believe that Orville Redenbacher is up in heaven, and when I die, he's going to feed me popcorn for the rest of eternity. Am I right? Is that absolute truth, or am I wrong? Or am I right because I believe it's right? It's a philosophical question that we could sit and talk about for hours. But I love those types of questions.
In the big book, it says God of your understanding. So really, it's your concept of higher power, God, creator, celestial force, supreme intelligence, whatever you want to name it.
Yes. What's up, Joni?
Joni, welcome.
It's Mo's birthday. Like, what kind of birthday?
I prefer
Remind me, Mo. Happy birthday. Like sober birthday?
Spot shared by Petey
or like
4
it's
times.
your birthday.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you, Petey. Uh-oh. What did Tree say? Cool moves. I'm not broken anymore. That's good.
Amen, Obs.
Good to hear. Jeanette, Brad. I'll let you talk to Brad. Yeah, don't get a resentment towards me, Teeter.
Expectations are resentments under construction.
I
Squid
promise.
Woman's actually, I have issues on the Discord, and to this Discord, we are going to answer that question. Awesome.
Oh, very cool. And I want added to your page. I watch you every night.
Oh yeah, join us. We got Fleece will drop the links for the private Facebook group and the Discord here after she says hello. And jump in, join us in the Discord. That's where we get to know each other well enough to get annoyed with each other.
Yeah, what's up, Kim? Nice
Kim,
to see you.
nice to see you.
Maybe. Fleece.
Why do people sober up
hoping
on
it's
different
not
higher
in the
powers and
way
still stay
that you
sober?
had. I do have Aussie ones. And I have New Mexico ones. They're on my keys.
Did you guys notice
Yours is on the chain.
we're repping Australia right here? Eh?
And they got all the rest of your Canadian ones on their keys and backpacks.
When are we going to get something a little bit more British than this?
Born day. Well, happy birthday, Mo.
Store-bought tea that you drink.
Never.
Sober
It's
birthday,
American.
December 28th.
No.
Gotcha.
Well, I mean, we got Australia, we got Canada.
We need some tea, mates. Tea from around the country,
You know?
around the globe.
Like even if what about a tea cozy?
It is 8:15. Fleece has said hello long enough.
Except for Mary. Hi, Mary. Gotcha.
And right
Let me put some
now,
links in there.
this is what time it is. All right, the Discord question of the day comes from I have issues. Thank you for being in the Discord, and thank you for being an active member in the Discord. This always makes the show go that much better. Question is where did it go? Oh, what
That's
tips
a good question.
do you have for when you get frustrated and you want to get high, but you know you shouldn't? But I'm alone half the time. Also, my family doesn't know. I'm nervous to tell them. I don't even know how. I think they suspected it. I'm not sure. So right there, you have a fear of your family. I'm going to read something to you really quick. It just made me pop into my head, but it's something that's old. It's something we've all heard a million times, I'm sure. But if you go to chapter 5 in the big book, it's called How It Works. It says rarely, and I heard this term rarely was changed from never, because they were like, that's too definite, you know, let's just put rarely in there. But anyway, it says, rarely have we seen a person fail who has thoroughly followed our path. Now listen to this. Rarely fail who follow the path. Those who do not recover are people who cannot or will not completely give themselves over to this simple program. And what kind of men and women are they? Usually men and women who are constitutionally incapable of being honest with themselves. There are such unfortunates. They are not at fault. They seem to have been born that way. They are naturally incapable of grasping and developing a manner of living, and think about the life you have to live if you develop a manner of living which demands rigorous honesty. Their chances are less than average. There are those too who suffer from grave emotional and mental disorders, but many of them do recover if they have the capacity to be honest. So the first thing I would say is, if you think your parents suspect, they probably know. It's us drug addicts think we hide, but we don't. It's very obvious, especially to other drug addicts. I can walk up to somebody who's either drunk or high, and I know within a half of a second. And then my suspicion on that first initial look and my intuition in my gut, just because I've been there, done that a million times, I'm correct. And the more I watch them, the more they prove themselves to be in that state of mind. Your parents probably know. Your parents probably have been around the block a time or two in their life. They've been around it. So I would say the first step, I would be completely open and honest with them about what you're going through. If you want to stay clean, they're going to be a valuable support system. So that's going to be one thing that you could do first to answer your first question. When you get frustrated and you want to get high, if your parents knew, you could reach out to them as a valuable support system. They're right there. You know, they're front lines with you. And they are probably going to be the ones that love and care for you the most in this situation. That's just my theory on not knowing you or your situation, but that's what I would think. And then frustration, that's going to be your mental things. I like what Jake said this morning about thoughts. We have thoughts and stuff that come in our mind. We can watch them pass over like the clouds, notice them, but not pay any mind to them. Control our emotions. You wait 3 to 5 minutes. Those emotions, that anxiety feeling will subside if you change your thoughts and your thinking. So thank you for your question. And now the next question comes to us from our very own Merc. Mercalicious. We love this guy.
Mercamillion.
He says, how should somebody reach out for help with their drinking or using? Where should they go? Who should they ask? And what should they ask? That's a good question. I think the what should they ask? I mean, even if they're already contemplating the fact, do I have a problem? They probably have a problem.
In that contemplation phase.
Yeah. Contemplation stage 2 or whatever of addiction. So who should they ask? I pulled up an article. This is the 5 best ways to ask for help. I like this one because it's kind of unconventional. It says write a letter or an email. You're like, what? Write a letter or an email? That's not very, how the heck am I going to ask for help through email? It says, though this isn't the case for everybody, writing is sometimes easier than speaking. It is. A lot of people don't know how, they can't muster the words. Their emotions are high. They don't know how to ask for help. But if they're alone and they can write it down and get their thoughts on paper, it'll be much more specific and clear. It says, especially when it comes to asking for help, there's something about writing that allows you to collect your thoughts and to organize them in a way that makes sense. And through doing so, you may even come to some new realizations about yourself and your struggles. Another benefit is that once you hit send or mail, right? What you have written, there is no going back. You hit send, it's gone. You can't suddenly decide you don't want to. You can't undo that action. Well, you can actually recall emails, and I'll show you how to do later if you guys need a tutorial. And there is some relief in knowing that it is out of your hands at that extent. You know, you put it in the mail, it's gone. You're like, dang it, I shouldn't have done that, but it's out of my hands, so they're gonna know, which is a good thing because asking for help's hard. Who should you ask? Number 2, ask for help from a medical professional. Because addiction is a disease, medical doctors have training in knowing what to look for and how to proceed when somebody needs help. If you're struggling, make an appointment with your doctor and tell them what is going on. Be honest. This goes back to chapter 5. I was not honest when I went and got my blood drawn. The doctor looked at my enzymes and he drops his mouth and looks at me like, how much do you drink? And I lied. And he saw right through it, obviously. I should have just been honest. But he chewed my butt right from then on. He said, you want to live past 50? You want to watch your kids grow up? You better quit right now. He goes, next time I see you, I want you down to at least 10 drinks a week. You know, he didn't tell me to quit full out because I think he understood because he had a brother in liver failure. But seek out medical help. And my point is to be honest and tell them the truth about what you're using, how much you're using, and how frequent you're using it.
That explains the enzymes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know the context. Why are you getting your enzymes checked?
Oh. Yeah, so I went back to this doctor and I just got my blood drawn. And the dude like murdered my arm. I don't want to show you because it's like I triggered some dudes in group. They saw it. They were like, dang. I even had one guy I work at 2 different IOPs, right? I was at Action and this older fella, Jim. I showed him my arm. He's all, I got a 24-hour chip for you in my truck. So these doctors are likely going to have some questions for you, right, in order to better assist you. Not much phases doctors, so don't think they're going to judge you. They're not going to criticize you.
Brad wants to know what issues did the enzymes cause you in having the same problem?
I'm not sure that I can specify exactly that it was the enzymes causing the problem, but I can tell you that the amount of alcohol I was drinking, the lack of nutrition, sleep, and just complete health deprivation at that point was causing all kinds of problems. I got to a point where I didn't want to move things around the house because picking up something over 25 pounds, my legs would shake and I felt weak, and it was just a whole gambit of stuff. My sleeping went to crap. I would choke like I'd still do, but it was worse when I was drunk. And then eating, I didn't eat unless it was, 2 in the morning and I had finished a 5th of whiskey. But the next day I wouldn't eat all day because my guts were just rocked, from all the whiskey. So it was a multiple effects. And then, obviously it's going to lead to your liver dying and death eventually. I mean, the doctor told me this is killing. You're going to die.
Yeah, this guy says, or Brad says, high blood pressure and elevated liver enzymes.
Yeah, I had high blood pressure. I had all the stuff. Another way to ask for help is number 3, reach out to someone online or by phone. You've heard it said, don't let your phone weigh 1,000 pounds. But this is what the article says. There are so many resources on the internet, including Helpline, and we have recoveringaddict.org. That's another resource that you can share with people. We're a great community that's not going to criticize, minimize, or anything you're going through. We are here to support to the best of our ability being digital, right? I mean, I'm not in your direct facility. I can't help you like I can help Jake and Allie, but we're here to help you in any way we can. Obviously, we're miles apart, but please do reach out. I've had phone calls way late at night, and I've just stood up, and a listening ear helps a lot. So grab your phone and call. You have a resource right here. Google search will turn up a whole bunch of options. Sometimes it's easier to admit you're struggling from the safety of your computer. Sometimes it is easier to know that we're distant and nobody else knows us, and you can kind of privately and anonymously go through this until you're comfortable reaching out to a bigger party. It's also helpful to somebody to talk to a stranger first before talking to someone that they're familiar with. There's less fear of judgment that way. When you reach out to someone online or via phone, they are able to direct you. We can obviously point you in the right direction, and that goes for a lot of the people you see in our chat room. Our chat room is full of people that are willing to help. Number 4, look for somebody who has been through the same thing. This is really a valuable one, I think. And I think this is why peer support specialists are blowing up around the world right now. It's hard to reach out to somebody who don't get it completely. They may be empathetic, they may be loving, but they haven't been there, so they kind of don't understand. But when you reach out to somebody who has been there, and a lot of times they may have it worse off than you do, they're going to be sympathetic in a way that you need. There is no one who has better advice than someone who has been through a struggle similar to yours has, and then they come out. And the hope is you see that they have come through okay on the other side. And that instills hope in you that there is hope for yourself. Basically, looking at me and Jake, if we can do it, you can freaking do it. And then talk to somebody you trust greatly. And if you do find this person you trust greatly, you have to be honest. This goes back to chapter 5, how it works. You have to be completely honest with yourself. You have to start living a life to be able to be honest with everybody, right? And if you are not honest with the person that you are trusting to help you through this process, they can't help you, period. This says most people have someone in their life that they know they can talk to about anything. And find somebody that's not going to repeat what you say. Watch out. If you start meeting people and these people gossip about other people, that's not somebody you want to confide in. If you hear about things through the grapevine and find out the person you trust and you already knew about it but never told you, that's a person you can trust. If you have this person, turn to them. Even if they have no personal experience with addiction, they are a listening ear and they can help you make sense of what is going on. There's a comfort in knowing you have someone on your side and someone who will be there through the hard parts of your life. It just feels good to know somebody's there to support you, especially when we're going through the hard stuff, you know. Not everyone struggling with addiction will be able to ask for help because the truth is that sometimes it's just too hard. It says the good news, though, I think this is a plug for this website. The good news is that even if you can't seek out help, sometimes still finds its way to you. If you have any desire to reach out for help, do so. Chances are you will feel like a huge weight has been lifted and that you have taken steps in the right direction. That's from addictioncenter.com, addictioncenter.com. Thank you for that great article.
Can you put the link in the comments?
Do I?
Can you? Will you? Will you please? For Mr. Brad?
Absolutely.
Hey, 24 hours.
Yeah, we'll do that after teeter time. And then right now, we're going to have a special guest on here, just like we do every night. And then we're going to get to the 24-hour day, and then we will jump into our book. But right now, it's this time. Come on.
There he is! Ta-da, magic! Ooh.
Or a sign that says, I'm doing technical stuff. Don't distract me.
Hello, hello.
What's up, Teeter? I think
Wait, I gotta put my hat back on.
Sorry, I was muted for a minute.
Twinskies. I need a
So,
rope.
Yes.
who's Goku in the back?
Ooh,
Go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name's Dominic, and I'm this dude's godson.
nice.
Oh, right on.
What is up?
Glad you're on the show, brother.
But he must be a good dude. Like power level over 9,000 or what?
For real.
So, Teeter, and for those of you who watch and don't know, Teeter is a very fundamental part of Recovering Addict. He's been here pretty much since the beginning. Very, very supportive. He's had fundraisers for us that have been very successful. And now he has a job which he can't be quite as involved during the week. So on Sunday nights, he comes in on a little tidbit called Teeter Time. And this Teeter Time, he wants to share something special. So I'm going to pull him full screen, and I'm going to let you have the next 5 minutes, Teeter, to get it off your chest. The show is yours.
All right. Hello, everybody. How y'all doing? I see y'all in the comments there. Anyway, I have a very special announcement. Tonight, or today, actually, is me and my husband, Andrews, or Asia, our, how many years now? 7-year wedding anniversary. We've been legally married for 7 years.
Yay!
Oh, my gosh. Tell us how you did it.
We actually met online and started talking for about a month, or what was it, a couple weeks or a month or something. And then next thing you know, he shows up at my place and we go out on a date. And let's see, so we were together for 4 years, then legally married for 7 years. So we've been actually together for over 10 years. I lost track. I can't remember. But yeah, that's what today is.
So you said you wanted to talk about family recovery. So you all been together through the thick and thin. I'm sure he's probably drug your drunk butt in the house a few times or two, right? Maybe he held your hair back a time or two when you were throwing up.
even Dominic's, been around me when I was drunk and not pretty.
Oh, okay. So children involved, just like me.
Yep.
Tell us about that and tell us how you recover as a family.
Well, turns out that his mom is actually my sponsor.
Sweet. Oh, Jenny, huh?
Yeah.
Yes. Jenny is actually my sponsor and his mom. So, we're always talking about recovery. We both, have been through definitely a lot. That's for sure. She has her own story, and hopefully she could come on here and tell it one day if she doesn't get too stage fright. I don't know if she's watching or not. But yeah, there's been quite a few times when I would. I'm an alcoholic, so I'm not really an addict, but I'm an alcoholic. And definitely a few times where Andrew, Asia, would have to drag me in the house, like you said, and, you know, I'd be waking up with vomit all over me and just, you know, like when I get to the point where I got blacked out drunk, I'd be throwing everything, and I'm a thrower. I'm a type of person that likes to like just take stuff and throw it, you know.
Wow, I didn't. There's a little violence in you, huh?
I'm a thrower.
Yeah, just a little when I start to drinking the wrong stuff.
Yeah, I was the same way. I was like, I'd punch walls and kick things.
At my old place, I actually punched out a mirror.
Jeez.
My bathroom mirror, I went boop.
And so, how long you got in recovery right now?
Right now, actually, in about 3 days, it'll be, let's see, 9 months.
What? 9 months, dude.
9 months on the 11th.
I feel like I've been there through the beginning of your journey. I kind of know when you struggle and stuff like that.
I actually have because we can't really go to meetings now. I actually YouTube, you know, recovery or Alcoholics Anonymous meetings, and I found you guys, and that's how I'm here.
That's so cool. So I know you had your job at Greyhound. You lost that. You got COVID. You can't go to meetings, but yet you're remaining. You're going to be one of the ones, like a few of us, who can wear "I survived COVID sober" shirts, right? Those are going to be our next t-shirts.
We got to make those.
Yeah. How has Asia and your godson and Jenny helped support you through those tough times, like losing your job, and right now even getting this new job, new schedule? You know, take us through a couple of difficult moments they've supported you.
Well, like a couple weeks ago, what was it, 3 weeks ago? Anyway, about 3 weeks ago, I got really sick, and the whole side of my face right here was like so red and everything. And Dominic was actually here, and Andrew was here, and I was just so sick, and I couldn't even go to work or nothing. And you know, they actually helped and took care of me on that level, you know. And as far as like Jenny and Andrew, Asia are concerned, I'm like constantly bugging them about everything, and like especially when I'm tempted to drink, you know, they're the first people I go to, you know, and saying, "Hey, I want to drink," and blah blah. And we were actually at Walmart today. Me, Jenny, Dominic, and the whole fam there, and I walked by the liquor section, and there was my favorite drink, a bottle of Jack right there, and I'm like, and Jenny said, "Keep walking."
Good for her.
But I turned my head a little bit when I saw that bottle of Jack. It was a little bit of a trigger, but I was like, "Nope, I'm not gonna get it."
and like that's super weird to me. Like liquor in grocery stores.
Yeah, Utah, we don't have that. We're kind of blessed in that realm. We just got beer.
Yeah, you have to actually go to the liquor store to get anything stronger than. So that's just a weird like thought to me. Like I was actually like, I went to Michigan and saw it in a convenience store. Like I'm like, oh, what is this?
Yeah, we have it. We have it literally everywhere. Every grocery store, every Walmart, every convenience store. You know, we have it like all over the place.
I'll bet I would struggle more if hard liquor was in the grocery store.
Yeah, probably.
Because hard liquor is a thing, man. I love pounding whiskey.
And that's why I quit my little cleaning job at the bar, because, you know, I felt like I'm still too early in my recovery to, you know, be working at a bar and being around all of that stuff. So I told the owner, I quit.
Good for you. That's taking your
good.
recovery to the next level. That's a high risk situation. And we ask this question all the time. What are you willing to do for your recovery? And quitting a job is, a lot of people won't do that and they find themselves relapsing. But I'm proud of you for that, brother. And Brad, yes, Utah used to be 3.2 state, but now finally just barely, after I quit drinking, went to High Point.
That was November 1st.
No, that's already in effect.
Well, no, it was November 1st of last year.
Yeah. And you guys were talking about enzymes earlier. Well, I went to the doctor after the incident when I got sick and I had my face problems and everything. And I told her I quit drinking, and she said my enzymes are completely back to normal now.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah.
So she had the whole 9 yards on the blood work done on me and everything. So, because she was always keeping an eye out on that because my enzymes were always high as well.
Wow. Sean says, good for you, Teeter. Brad says, that's going to be hard for me when it comes to going back to work. I'm a lifetime bartender, 23 years. I don't know if I'll be affected. Oh, you will be.
Yeah.
But I love doing it. I'm really good at it, just concerned. Oh, yeah, Brad, that's going to be hard. The saying, the old timer saying goes, if you go to a barbershop, you hang out at a barbershop long enough, you're going to get a haircut.
That sounds like he should buy a couple of shirts and some hats and, go in there and just...
www.recoveringaddict.org and get some merch.
Correct.
Yeah.
There you go.
Thanks for the plug.
All right.
Brand yourself so you see yourself in that barroom mirror, recovering addict.
That's a good idea. Brad said, right.
You could be our poster child.
Cool. All right, Teeter, you got anything else? We're going to jump into our next topic.
Let's do it.
All right, brother. It's good seeing you. Do you want to come on for Cassie quote of the day?
I think that's going to be Mark's job. He makes a prettier Cassie than I do. Sorry, Mark.
But he's been crying out crocodile tears about being sick.
Brad says, I'm down for poster child.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, brother. We'll talk to you in a minute. Goodbye. Oh, that's awesome. I love hearing people be successful. Jacqueline on Facebook?
Yeah.
Hi, Jacqueline. Good to see you. I haven't seen you for
What's
a
up,
while.
Adrian?
Oh, Santos?
Oh, shoot. I closed my window.
Yep.
Okay, so let's read our 24-hour a day, and then let's jump into our book, It'll Never Happen to Me. And it just glitched, and it is the 8th of November, unless I'm mistaken. All right, November 8th, 2020. I have lost much of my inferiority complex. Ooh. Anybody got one of those? I'm always trying to escape from life. I did not want to face reality. I was full of self-pity. I was constantly sorry for myself. I tried to avoid all responsibility. I did not feel that I would handle the responsibility of my family or my work. Owing to my inferiority complex, I was eager to be free of all responsibilities. I wanted to drift. I wanted to be on the beach. AA showed me how to get over my feelings of inferiority. It made me want to accept responsibility again. Here's the question of the day. Have I lost my inferiority complex? If not, meditate and Google and do some introspecting on that today.
I want to read that one.
And the meditation of the day brought to you by Jake.
One thing I do, forgetting those things which are behind and reaching forth unto those things that are before, I press onward toward the goal. We should forget those things which are behind us and press onward towards something better. We can believe that God has forgiven us for all our past sins, provided we are honestly trying to live today the way we believe he wants us to live. We can wipe clean the slate of the past. We can start today with a clean slate and go forward with confidence toward the goal that has been set before us.
You just read the Bible.
That's okay. I can't. He can. I think I'll let him.
You're sweating. Just kidding. Here's our prayer of the day. I pray. That's legit. I pray that I may drop off the load of the past. I pray that I may start today with a light heart and a new confidence.
You know, I have read the Bible.
Have you?
Yeah. Obviously, I didn't commit it to memory, but I did read it.
Leaving the monster of my daughter. Yeah, I had to.
She said monster.
Death in prison for me. Mother.
Freudian slip.
What's the difference? I left the Munster of my sons. Alrighty then. It Will Never Happen to Be by Claudia Black. Chapter 6, Part 2. Remember, when we start getting into this book had a disclaimer at the beginning about if you feel emotional and brings up some thoughts of the past that you're uncomfortable with, reach out to support groups, reach out to your sponsor, counselor. We're going to talk about neglect. We're going to talk about dynamics of abuse. And you may have been through some of this, and this may bring back some, if you're early into recovery, a lot of times memories come back that you have completely forgotten about, and you may have to reprocess those. And if that is the case, seek professional help and a sponsor that can lead you to that professional help. I have a counselor. I'm around counselors quite often, so I'm able to, and my sponsor is a really good counselor. So I'm able to pull guys aside that I know as counselors and process some things in my life that nobody else really could help me with just because of their professionalism and their experience. I think it's Merc time. Well, if Merc gives me the thumbs up, I'll send him the link, and then it's up to Merc.
A recovering addict. I know that. It's been really hard.
We're with you.
Anybody that might want to jump on, do it with a quote.
Does anybody, give me a thumbs up if anybody would like to come on and do the quote of the day in place of Cassie. In the meantime, after hearing that, I'm going to read neglect. There's going to be 3 quotes from people and some dialogue from Dr. Claudia Black. The first one is, my parents didn't have to beat us. The neglect did it for them. That's heavy. Neglect is another form of abuse in addictive families. It's demonstrated with inadequate supervision. And this is really convicting in 2 ways for me, and I've said this every time I read it. I look up, or I look back at my parents and I see the flaws that they had, but they were just people like me trying to be people in this world. So I don't hold it against them, but I see it in in me as a child. And then I look down now because I'm in my 40s. I got 4 kids, and I see the flaws that I've taken them through. And neglect is a huge one. It's demonstrated with inadequate supervision, such as leaving your children in the care of other children nearly as young as themselves, or leaving children with no supervision at all. Neglect is also inadequate physical care, such as not providing meals, proper clothing, and shelter. Such children often described never knowing when dinner is. It could be anywhere from 6 p.m. to midnight. It would range from Chinese food, takeout, or hot dogs and ice cream. Just whatever's available. Sometimes the parents are awake, happy, let's get some Chinese food. Other times it's fend for yourself, I'm drunk and passed out. Quote, food was on a first come, first served basis. That means I often went hungry because there was never enough food for us. We would grab from the stove and take it anywhere in the house. If our parents were really angry with us or really drunk, we didn't eat at all.
Says, why not? Take a breath, take a walk. It will come in due time. It takes one decision to decide what matters in life.
There we go.
Or we're just talking about one thing we take back. Was that on those cards that we're reading? Yeah.
Children often have clothes that are too small or inadequate for their weather, such as thin coats or simply sweaters to withstand rain and snow. Neglect is also inadequate medical attention. Marty describes, quote, my mother's way of coping was to ignore everything, thinking it would go away. That's a huge problem. It's not going to go away. She did this with both my diabetes and my father's violent rage. Oh, that's sad. And another quote, I didn't question all the drinking because I had to spend so much time responding to the abuse. The neglect was okay. At least then we weren't deliberately hurting you. Justifiable. Well, it wasn't as bad. All right. So the neglect may be so pervasive that children learn to not question or challenge it. It is often only as we hear others talk and receive feedback that we begin to realize the extent of our deprivation in our lives. Y'all think about that. Ooh, he's got some enchiladas.
I know Chinese food's Food sounds good.
Yeah, I'm getting hungry now. Thank you all. 8:46. All right, Jake, you want to read the next couple paragraphs?
Brad says, I'm listening to the stream with my mom.
Oh.
That's over thing. That's
The dynamics
over a
of
thing I
abuse.
can say with her past and her drinking my bridge, and I never went without. She was a great mom. Made sure I had everything. Awesome.
Awesome.
Just had to take an awesome
Hi, Brad's
picture
mom.
link. Sorry. Dynamics of abuse.
Jeanette's got to come at me too.
What?
All right, so our next section is going to be the dynamics of abuse.
Okay.
Oh, hold on. Jeanette says, go ahead, please.
My son has often talked about how he learned how to cook for himself at the age of 7 because when he was with me, I was often sleeping or zoned out. And at his father's house, he wasn't around.
Oh, wow. That's the kind of stuff that this book is talking about, and that leads, he's obviously sounding like the responsible son. And this book's talking about like 5 different children that are affected by alcohol or addiction in the house. And the ones that get the most attention are the ones that act out, like me. I was an actor-outer. But then there's the other ones, like the responsible, the placator, the ones that, look good on the outside, but inside they become adult children that are, or they become adults who have a very hard time with social environments and relationships.
Okay. The dynamics of abuse. While addiction and battering are not always related, it is helpful to examine similarities in the dynamics of both when experienced in the home. When they coexist and interact, the dynamics are simply multiplied. Both the batterer and the addict minimize and deny their abusive behaviors. Like, I didn't hit you that hard type stuff.
Oh, it wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that bad. Oh, you're going to cry? I'll give you something to cry about. Oh, haven't you had like 10 drinks, Mom? Oh, don't worry about it. It's none of your business.
I can drink you under the table.
Yeah. Discount their acts and minimize the severity of their drunkenness or battering. Oh, we are. Blame others. Neither will accept the responsibility for their behavior. Okay. Exhibit Jekyll and Hyde personality changes. Children may experience an overly nice, caring parent.
So these are points?
Yeah. Yeah, these are points.
Okay.
Children may experience an overly nice, caring parent who, after taking a few drinks, becomes a raging lion. In this case, the batterer simply erupts like a volcano for what appears to be no apparent reason, like even the slightest provocation, real or imagined, just will ensue. Chaos will ensue. Rationalize their behavior, and invariably, there is, in their own rationale, a good reason, excuse for the drinking or for the violent behavior. Episodic violence and drinking occur more and more frequently as these unhealthy lifestyles progress. Inevitably, for the alcoholic and the batterer, the drinking and the violence begin to cause more trauma and more problems in almost all areas of family and personal life. Increasingly feeling more guilt and remorse, makes promises and creates false hopes. Continue this cycle indefinitely unless they seek treatment. Like spouses and children. Minimize the impact of the drinking and or using and violence in the family. This is the family's denial process. The dysfunctional family rules of don't feel, don't trust, and don't talk permeate the family. Addiction, when coupled with violence, doubles the need for denial and creates an even greater sense of helplessness in the lives of the family members. When children don't show obvious signs of being emotionally affected by violence, it is important to recognize that it is probably due to denial. Children in battered families develop an almost identical denial process as the children in addictive homes. When addiction and battering coexist, they practice denial to a greater extent. The next one is accept the blame because they believe had they been better in their roles, a better wife or a better child, the batterer, alcoholic, would have no reason to get so upset, fly into rages, and drink or use. And just to point out, It's both male and female can behave in such a way. Children are naturally inexperienced and vulnerable. They have no frame of reference from which they can make judgments and tend to believe anything they are told. Their own sense of confusion makes them quick to accept blame for any given situation. They naturally feel powerless in dealing with grown-ups, see themselves as unable to protect themselves, and do not perceive themselves as having available resources to protect them. Role patterns in the violent home are often similar to those seen in addictive homes, only with an even greater intensity when both problems coexist. There is one significant difference between homes plagued with addiction and those with violence. Addiction usually manages to reveal itself to others outside the home, whereas family violence is much more hidden from those not living in the home. The goal of family members in attempting to live through these problems is the same. Minimize the conflict, adjust, placate, act out, drop out, do anything just to survive.
Wow. So let's go through this last little chunk called cause and effect. Yeah, Brad, and that's what I was talking about when I look back in the past and I see my life as a child and what the mistakes my mom and dad made, which whatever, the past is the past, and you can't, do that. Even with our own children, the past is the past. We got to, move on and forgive ourselves. We turn this guilt into action and fix it in the future.
And recognize that even if you did let it go overboard, it can be fixed.
Mm-hmm.
You just work.
Yeah, it's a good thing you're doing, Jeanette. Got your kid in therapy. That's a good step.
Yeah, that is a very good step. Jake does the same thing over here. Uncle Daddy says, I was always out drinking with my father since I was 8. Wow, around 13, I started going out on my own. Wow. Yep.
Brother.
That'll get you. Why, hello there, people. Hope you are all enjoying sobriety. Epi, yes, we are, brother. Keep making those beats and posting them on Facebook. I dig them. Amen. Teeter. All right.
Mr. Teeter.
So cause and effect. While research is not showing that alcohol and other drugs are the direct cause of abuse, it does substantiate that there are a significant contributing factor. So, abuse happens whether or not the parents are alcoholics or addicts. What it does is it makes them more prevalent and sometimes more extreme. Also, it cannot be assumed that the addicted parent is always the abuser. The abusing parent may very well be the non-addict parent. When this is true, the addicted parent is so caught up in their disease, they are often oblivious to the abuse. The child or just too incapacitated to intervene. But when the addict is the abuser, the other parent frequently does not respond due to his or her own victimized role. When the abuser are the addicted parents, abuse doesn't necessarily occur when they are drinking or using. In fact, sometimes it is when the addict is not under the influence that they may be the most abusive. We also know that when a child has 2 chemically dependent parents, the likelihood of physical abuse becomes even greater, and the likelihood of both parents abusing increases. Sibling abuse also increases within the addictive family. Brothers and sisters may terrorize each other. When this occurs, it is most likely the older children who become the abuser of the younger children in the home. There are predominant model they have for their painful feelings is to attack someone else less powerful, a younger brother or sister. So here's a quote. While dad's drinking increased, mom became more erratic. She was playful and fun one moment and full of rage the next. She would pick up anything, whip, vacuum cleaner, hose, spoon, and hit and hit and hit, and would never apologize. Even when we were bleeding, somehow it was still our fault. Jeez. So that's sad.
But thank you, Marilyn.
Marilyn, thank you very much.
Love it.
Teeter needs a joke. Linky, what you got?
Lighten the mood with a joke, Linky.
I told my wife she was drawing her eyebrows too high. She looked surprised.
You look like the T-1000 from Terminator 2.
Did she look like this, Linky?
It does. All righty. Well, it is towards the end of our show. The show is not over till we say the Serenity Prayer together. And remember, we do recover better together. So thank you for being a part of it. If you are not a part of our Discord or our private Facebook group, now is the time to join. It's absolutely free. Jump in, join, and get to know us as we recover. We have no idea what tomorrow's going to bring. We are blessed with today. It's the present, right, Linky? Today is a present for us. So let's recover together. Let's get through COVID, and who knows what the heck is going to happen. It doesn't matter who the president is. It doesn't matter what tomorrow brings. We still have to be us and look at ourselves, right? Page 417, we must practice acceptance. And until you can accept that person, place, thing, or situation exactly as God intended it, you will not have peace and serenity. So let's just take that forward from tonight. Take that into week. It is Sunday. Maybe some of us are feeling the Sunday night blues, knowing we got to get up early and go to work. But you know what? You wake up in a warm bed, in a warm house around loving people. You get to put warm water on your face. You get to drive to work and look at beautiful snow and have that cool weather hit you. Be grateful. Just look for any little thing to be grateful for. As soon as you pop out of bed, actually, before you go to bed tonight, make a list inside your brain of things you're grateful for and force yourself to think positive, thankful, grateful thoughts. Don't let your mind wander into negativity. Don't start concentrating on what you got to take care of tomorrow. Tomorrow has enough problems of its own, and it will take care of itself. Tonight, let's stay positive and let's stay strong.
Start your day with intention.
Yeah, start your day with intention.
Actually, don't think it in your mind. Write it down on a piece of paper and read it in the morning.
Oh, yeah. Write yourself a note of positivity after you're the good. And, if these live streams do bring positive, good feelings to you, and you are inspired to write yourself a paragraph, that's a good freaking point, Linky. Write yourself a note to remind yourself of the way you feel right now, so that if you do wake up depressed, it'll hopefully help kickstart your day with intention. So, everybody, let's gather around. Allie, come on.
We love that you're here, Jeanette.
Okay.
People's hands.
She's holding. Teeter, put your left hand out of the frame.
Hold on.
Oh, okay. So the godson has to put his hand out and make it look like he's holding fleeces.
There we go.
He twists. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Amen. Right on. Thank you, everybody. And as John always says, we recover better together by staying safe, staying sane, staying strong, and staying sober. You're worth it. And y'all make sure you go check out John's channel. His Venture Forward Talk is an awesome podcast, live stream. I don't even know what to call these things. TV shows, live streams, podcasts, whatever. You know what we're doing here. Thanks you all for being here. And remember all the next stuff I'm about to say. Do not put yourself in a high-risk situation. Stay strong, work your program, and remember, we recover better together.